Hello everyone, welcome back to Legend of Mana. We have some interesting things to do. I have done some interesting stuff in the background, and since it's working, I'll show it how it goes. So in the previous episode, I believe we completed the jungle. There was hunting Ducati was the last quest. And I have something else to show in our workshop. Since we opened up Lumina, now that we have access to tier 2 cities, right? So I have access to Mercury and Sulfur, which means I can make pretty good weapon now. So we're gonna go with, now I've been wondering whether I should go with 100 sword or 200 sword, because, well, I do have a super duper powerful 200 sword. I did experiment with a spear, so I do have a spear as well with me, and that spear is let's just not show you the results right now. You'll see how when we get there. Okay, let's do a 200 sword for comparison. Okay, I guess since we discussed this yesterday as well, since I'm gonna be using spear or bow, which is a dex based, so later levels I'll be getting more dex, and I think it's good to grab some more strength from the 200 weapons right now. It's just that I don't really like the movement speed too much. It doesn't show up in combat, but it shows up when I mean I was paying close attention while I was farming off camera, and it does make it difficult for me to move with a heavy weapon when it comes to collecting crystals and money after the fight. Let's go for a 200 sword. It's not really a bigger hassle. So now we have a cool looking 200 sword. Let's go tampering around. Sorry, tampering around with. I know in previous episodes I've pronounced it as tampering, and that's not what it is. Tampering and tempering, two different things, and temper in itself is, again, it has specific meanings. But that is our Laurent Silver 200 sword, which has 31 attack power, which is slightly inferior to the Ankh 37 attack power sword that we picked up from Tower of Leers. And this I just got a drop while I was farming. This is the sword that we got as well. I kind of destroyed it, sort of, by doing some tinkering. So that one is not going to go anywhere. I mean, it's not gonna improve. I don't even remember what I did to it. So first things we're gonna do is pump in 3 moon crystals into it. So I have all the material with me because I experimented, so I picked up everything in doubles. So let's put 3 moon crystals in there. Temper again. 200 sword. Second moon crystal. I'm just doing this to show how the whole weapon forging and tempering works. I'm not going to explain the details. I'll share the link. Credit goes to whoever is on the, it's a Reddit post from where I picked it up, so kudos to the person who actually came up with this whole process and shared it with us. There is a short, nothing is short to be honest, but it's not too detailed in length at depth description, but it will tell you about. So what we've been doing is, right now we've been pumping in power into this thing. So these are mana crystals, which basically just increase the innate power of the weapon. So if you remember, it was 31 damage, I believe, and now this one has 39 damage. So just by pumping in 3 moon crystals, we have increased the damage from 1 to 9, and it's already surpassing Brave Blade. And moon crystals aren't really that expensive either, so Very, very easy to get good weapons if you know what you want, what you have to do, what you're supposed to do. So again, now we're going to pump in 3 sun crystals into it. That's our first one. Second sun crystal. Now there is a lot of energy imbued in it. If you just go and check the weapon at this point. 46 damage already, which is much better than what we have. Now we're gonna drop in a seed in that. Any one of these will do. Big, small, long, doesn't really matter. Since I have big seeds in the highest number, I'll pick one of those. Nothing really happened because there is an invisible card layer in there, so there are like 3 visible and 1 invisible. How do we know that? Okay, well, let me just show you that as well. This weapon status for yeah, so you see over here, these are the mystic powers. These are the attributes, like how much strength or dex or defense it provides. And then these are the essence levels. We have been pumping in some crystals in it, so that's why we have these essence levels. This one rare essence level comes in from the seed that we just pumped in. And Shade and Wisp Elemental are coming in from, I think, Sun and Moon crystals that we pumped in. And these are the 3 visible Mystic Power card slots which are visible, but there is one more which is invisible. And you'll see once we get a card in place. Right now, whichever card is there, it's in the invisible slot, which is why it's not visible. It's not effective. But let's just go with sulfur now. I need to put in 3 sulfurs. There goes in a card. Now if you go and look at the weapon, card has surfaced. Now the invisible one is into the first slot, which is technically the second slot because invisible is the first slot. Right, and as in when we keep like putting in more materials in there, those things will keep switching in around. So let's go for the second sulfur. There's a new card pumping in now. So that's a sorcerer, that's a dryad, and you can see dryad has got from +1 to +3. Overall damage has increased from, wow, it's up to 54 now. You get the idea, right? I don't really remember if we had 3 sulfurs in or not. But if it's an even number, it means we haven't. So I'll just put in one more. Now all the 3 slots are filled in. And the damage has also increased, but we are not going to stop here. We're going to continue. Next is another big or smaller long seed. I'll just go with the big one. I have plenty of those. So what just happened over here is that the Dryad card, the new Dryad card, went into the invisible slot. The Sorcerer card, which was in the invisible slot, moved to the first. First one was pushed to second. Second one was pushed to third. And the Dryad card, which was in the third slot, it got pushed out of the weapon. So it's not there anymore in the third slot. The one in the invisible slot, the first slot is invisible. And we have 3 Sorcerer slots on the weapon right now. And we'll just continue to go about it. Next is Firestone. Remember the invisible Dryad from the previous seed? It just went in because it came into the first slot, and the Firestone, it took up the invisible slot. Next is again Sulfur 3 times. And the invisible fire one is Salamander, which is in the first slot now. Just give me a moment. So technically with the Windstone, actually the Jin card is in, but it's in the invisible slot, and then the Salamander, which was in the invisible slot previously, it got pushed out. So we see that one Sorcerer card, which was at the 3rd position, or technically the 4th position, got thrown out of the weapon, taken care by, taken place by the 2nd Sorcerer slot, and the 1st card is now Salamander. The Wind card is in the invisible slot right now. And then to make sure that these guys don't go out completely, what we're gonna go is we're going to put in, I think that is what it does, but we're going to pump in 3 Mercury in there. So now you see that the invisible Jin card is getting in, right? So we just continue putting in Mercury. second one more to go. And then I put in one more wind. So there are 4 more steps. Like I think I have to pump in 4 bumpkins in there, and then do I even have bumpkins? Yeah, I only have 1, so I'm not gonna bother with that. But you can, after this, the recipe says to add in like 4 bumpkins and 1 claw, depending on what kind of your weapon is, and that would basically give it a huge boost of damage. Even now, without that whole varnishing process, which is the final phase, if you see at this Lauren 200 sword, it's at 85. That's a ridiculous amount of damage. And status, 3 levels of these 2 essence and 5 levels of these 3 essence. That's a lot of power, and all the witch cards are there. The last windstone that we put in there, remember, it's in the invisible slot there, and these are the 3 which is why you want like 4 bumpkins to push all the 4 cards, including the one in the invisible slot, out of the weapon, and that would just lock in the essence level and remove the cards. And then you put in a claw to maximize the damage. Like I think it's something like it increases slash damage by 50% and reduces remaining damage by 50%, something like that. So since your weapon is a slash weapon, it will always do slash damage, 50% more slash damage. So this is how this works. So yep. And well, I mean, I've been running around with this one, but then that one is even more better than what I already have. That means things are gonna be way too easy for me now. Okay, with that being done, I already have like already crafted a silver hauberk. I tried to find some recipes to like temper this a bit, but I couldn't find anything because these things provide almost negligible defense. People just prefer to use jewelries instead, something like you know, plus 20 to all stats ring, or plus immunity to all status effect rings and all that stuff. For the time being, I will take a short break. I've got some requests to be taken care of, and I'll play some music for you. Right. So our next order of business is back in the forest. I think we need to go to the courtyard of rain. Wow, that guy has a pretty decent range. Missed my XP because of that idiot. Too much sweet. That thing is super annoying. Well, I had to return to the entrance. That was one way. Evil spellifying spell. I guess now we need to go back into the fairies. Wow, isn't that a nun from Gato? Million-year-old? What are you talking? $28,732 old. 500 years for human is also a pretty long span. I wonder what they eat. Wow, he didn't leave any one of those. She was just painting it. Doesn't matter as long as you are in my face. Wow, this guy really? I lost all my XP to that idiot. I wasn't expecting that. That's the only little bit of information we get to know from this quest. We'll go and tell Little Cactus that we nearly one-shot that boss. Well, the next thing could be the golden seed. I have it, but I just don't want to place it right away. The location of that seed. Okay, I'll just show it. Ah, not that way. So there's that golden seed. I got it from the Trent, and that's where it needs to go. But there has been some well, if you put it before the Rusty Anchor, then it's likely that the Rusty Anchor city will turn into a tier 4 city rather than a tier 3 city. So I'm just gonna hold back until we do that, and then it just opens up another orchard. Not really something that is very important right now or very crucial. Even the tempering that we did, it's absolutely not necessary. As you saw, we just obliterated the boss in one go, like didn't have to bother with anything at all. The other regular fights were giving me more trouble than the boss gave. So definitely tempering is not needed in your new game playthrough. Live is to live. Right. Oh, so it's all 4 of them. I thought it was just 3 of those. He just told me everything. And she's still surprised. Wait, what? It's a very weird bed. I mean, she is getting older and older, right? So she's at the risk of breaking her bones even by falling regular distance, like normal distance. And then they put her on a bed which doesn't have any sides to it, just waiting for her to get like drop off her on her like sides and break a couple of bones, I believe. Okay, where is that? Okay, they aren't here. Shouldn't keep that ring with me. Highly likely that I'll get lost over here, which kind of seems to be the case. Yeah, better do that than getting lost in here. Oh my god. He sent one hack to pick up another hack. Get away from there, you're gonna take away all the XP. Yes. I'm gonna tell all about this to the little cactus. Wow, that's what you remember, huh? Okay, it's an hour's mark, but I think we can go for a little bit more. It's too early to call it off. So let's finish one more quest. So that will continue with this arc. So be careful about this. If you pick up any other option apart from the show thing one, you miss on this opportunity. The quest is blotched, you will never be able to complete it. So remember, this is not your modern day quest objective, which will tell you on the top right of the corner, this is where you need to go, here's the marker, please move in this direction, kind of stuff. She just tell you like, she went to find that guy. Figure out. Figure it on your own. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. That guy doesn't know where to stop. And that's a dead end, really. I'll just save over here. Seems like I'm lost. This is a good spot for me to farm this guy's horn. It's just bone, right? You know what? I'll take the opportunity to do it like a couple of times to see if we can get his horn. Because it's just one hit anyways. I kind of want to bring my polter box with me, but I'm also kind of worried that since I don't have the right material to feed it, I'll just end up wasting the whole stats levels of that guy. Because this is such a inside area of the lake, not really easy to come by. Looks like this guy doesn't want to give me any. Then we'll just proceed. Should I try it one more time? Nah. Fine, I'll just... Fine. Yes, Matilda's helped me. Wow. The spam, the spam. Is that Irwin? Damn, such a cool entry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I took the bait. That one was pretty scary. Elazul and Pearl are also mentioned over here. Lark and Sierra as well. We haven't met Lark yet. We'll see him in like maybe next or next to next episode. I think 2 or 3 episodes. In less than 2 or 3 episodes. Just because I got like ganged up in a couple of fights and those guys like just CC one after the other without a break. Kinda give me a glimpse of how hard mode or no future mode would feel like. You just get slaughtered without any mercy. Okay, I think I need to give you round and oblong seeds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that would give us Cabadillo. One more dose. Oh, we had only one set of round seeds. Okay, let's see how many quests did we complete since... Let's read all those entries and then call it off. It's gonna be a nice... 2 torches. Cat-eared woman and a long-haired man had a fight and a grandma was kidnapped. And then the two found the grandma. This kind of things happens all the time. Today my master saw a really big tree-hanging monkey and a really big red animal with a really big attitude. Why can't they be more like me? Adventure was in the jungle where lots of fairies live. The long-haired man was there again. Is it just me or is there trouble brewing? I think it might be psychic. I might be psychic. Okay. Gorgon Eye we already read, right? Today's story was about a woman who disappeared when she went to the lake to look for a demon. I should say she should have been catching fish instead of demons. Popo Bug we were done with. Spirit's Light. We learned Dud Bear words today to sell lambs to the Dud Bears. Just what is my master up to? I think it's neat that my master comes by to tell me funny stories like that. Weren't you complaining that I don't tell you any stories? Okay, that's everything, I guess. Okay, so that concludes this. Next one is about Pokil. We're gonna go and see him. And then there is a big ass quest with Star-Crossed Lovers and Nicola's a Business Unusual 3 as well. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So that will be for another time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. At least I feel good to be back on a regular schedule, and I hope we can do this tomorrow as well. Despite of all the noises that are coming around, since it's the Ganesh festival ongoing, everybody just wants to fire up their loudspeakers, and they compete with loudness. It's like compensating for something with the loudness of their speakers. You know what that something is, right? Anyways, it's quite annoying for me. I don't mind people celebrating or playing on loudspeakers, but I mean, loudspeakers need not really be loud, right? It could just be loud enough for the mob. And on top of that, all these walls are not really that soundproof, right? So it does get through, and I'm always kind of on the edge, not comfortable, because you never know what kind of sound might just burst open all of a sudden. And, you know, I'm not the one to be worried about, but I'm worried about you people. A lot of us just wear headphones, and all that kind of sound, loud noise in the ears, right in the ears, would be really, really annoying. Either way, it's been fun. We've been going good. It's a long way to go to finish this game anyways. So thank you once again for joining me, and I'll see you next time.